Hey guys, today's free audit is for Bjorn's Mow and Snow, and I'm on bjornsmow.com. So I'm going to go over the audit scorecard. I have a base set of 10 points. Not every section is equal, some things are more important. Um, I can't go super in depth with everything because I'd be here all day, but I'll go over what's great about the site and what things could benefit the site. Section 1 is first impression and branding. It's 1.5 points. Then I go over navigation and structure for a half point. Mobile experience, 1.5. Speed and performance is a half point. Content quality is 1 point. Trust and credibility is 1.5. Call to actions is 1. Visuals and media is a half point. Search engine optimization and basics is 1.5. And technical basics is a half point. So some things are triple the amount of points as others. Let's start with the first one. First impression and branding, 1.5 points. I think everyone agrees your first impression is critical. So immediately, amazing high quality visuals. This is also a great way of building trust, not just having stock footage, right? You have good call to actions. You have 2 call to actions here. You can click contact to reach out as well. And right here, you have another way to reach out. I'm going to briefly touch on this, but you can have other methods of reaching out, like a clickable phone number up here. I know you have a phone number down here. Also, you can have social media links here. Ignore this. Social media links here, and a clickable email and phone number there too. Just a thought. People like different ways of reaching out. But you do have good call to actions here. Having Winnipeg in the title is great. A lot of landscapers forget that. There is one critical thing that you were definitely missing, and that is more trust on the homepage. Or, sorry, not the homepage, the hero section. You do have trust on the homepage. For example, right here, you have testimonials. If you have any awards, any badges, like trust badges, I'm sure you're familiar with those. We'll go over it anyway. Anything else you could put, you have 5 stars on, Google. You put 5 stars on Google here, clickable. You can have that like a widget integrated into the site. Just having more trust here, right? Because that's like the whole package. You have what we do, how to reach out, and why you should trust us immediately. That's what I would recommend. So out of 1.5 points, I'll give you 1 point because it's all great, just more trust, and it'd be perfect. Also, some more ways to reach out is it's extra. Navigation and structure, making sure the menu works, everything's logical. Like you can click the homepage, these bring you where you want to be. I already checked it all. It's great. If you want a little bonus here, this, I'm not docking you points for this, regardless, but screen readers, people who are visually impaired, they use these screen readers, and there's a lot of errors with that. I don't know if that's something you want to look into. I personally won't dock you points on this because it's not necessarily the end of the world, right? But it's something to think about, obviously. So out of half point, you get the half point. Mobile experience. I'm going to skip past this because I checked out your site on my phone and I have nothing to say. It's great. It's all, everything adjusted properly. It's perfect on the phone. Mobile experience, it was at a 1.5, you get 1.5. Speed and performance. Here's where we ran into some issues. So let me bring this up. What this does is it does a speed check on mobile and desktop. You're looking to be roughly lower than 3 seconds because we live in an age where people have short attention spans. So people just tend to, also, it's a little bit sketchy. Like, what's taking so long? Is there an ad loading on the screen? Like, what is it doing? So, something to think about. Speed, it's saying it's 5 seconds. Earlier it said it was 10 seconds, but that could have been a million factors. So it's good on desktop, but mobile, see, even earlier it said the desktop was around 4 seconds. And me just messing around on your site, I've noticed it does take a while to load. See how it's still loading. It's because of this big video. There's ways to work around that, but see how it's still loading. So speed and performance, it was at only a half point, but I'm gonna dock you the half point for that section. Content quality. Service pages have clear, benefit-focused descriptions. So what you're looking for is the words, the sentences on the site. It should be like a third grade reading level. It should be very straightforward, easy to understand. We're looking for high quality images, which obviously you do. Your video speaks for itself. Local keywords included. So this is at a 1 point. I gave you a half point, and I'm going to explain why. If I click something, let's go gutter cleaning. You're looking for keywords like where are you based out of? Winnipeg surrounding areas, right? Okay, surrounding areas, you should include, now you can go above and beyond. This is just a little insider knowledge. You can go above and beyond and say you work in 5 other towns. You can have separate sites for each town, the same way you have a different page for each service. You would do that with towns too. It's not as crazy or messy as it sounds. It's actually very clean. That's a little tidbit. But what you should be having at the very minimum is Winnipeg in the words here. It should say Winnipeg gutter cleaning because that affects your search engine optimization. If I look up gutter cleaning in Winnipeg, you'll rank higher if all over your site it says that, because Google needs to read this as well as humans, right? Google needs to know what's on your site. So things like that. And I don't know, alt text. I don't really want to go too deep into it. But yeah, it's just something to think about. It's going to come up here. We'll talk about search engine optimization in a minute. But so content quality, I'll give you half points for that. But high quality images is great. Trust and credibility, it's out of 1.5. So we're looking at testimonials, reviews, awards, licenses, certifications, badges, real high quality photos of the owner and team. Like, this is great. This is really great for building trust. Up here is where you want a lot more trust. So it's not a matter of not having enough trust, but you can always have more. It's just a matter of how it's distributed. I would put a lot more emphasis on it being seen immediately. So out of 1.5, I'm still giving you 1 point because it's great. I'm just docking you the half point for those reasons. Call to actions. So this is at a 1 point. We're looking for clickable phone number, lots of buttons bringing you around, contact forms that work, right? I won't go too crazy into this because you have everything. Obviously, I mentioned I would move things around maybe a little, but it's good. So visuals and media, high quality, relevant photos. Yeah, we basically touched on that. That's at a half point. You get full points there, half point. Now we're getting into a section that is really big here, search engine optimization. So the easiest way to check this is I look up landscaping in Winnipeg, okay? So let's just find you. Here you are. You are on page 3, and this is for landscaping in Winnipeg. Okay. I looked up hardscaping in Winnipeg. So far, I'm on page 4 and I haven't, or 3, and I haven't found you. So what I'm showing you is your search engine optimization needs to be improved for every service you do on your site. So lawn mowing, power raking, spring cleanup, everything should come up when I look up any of these services in my area when I live in Winnipeg, right? So your homepage puts a lot more emphasis on landscaping, lawn care, mowing, lawn care. So that's why it ranks better than your other services. I'm not going to go crazy into detail here, but I'm just going to tell you what it should look like. And what it should look like is, sir, you should be able to rank high on Google, like first page on Google, for every single service you offer in every area that you work in. So if you want a steady flow of traffic from your website itself, that's what would need to be improved, is the search engine optimization. It's a billion-dollar industry of its own because it brings in leads of its own, but it's something to look into. So, technical basics, that's 0.5 points. So I ran a broken link checker right here. So there was 2 links that are broken. You get a 404 on bjornmo.com/signup, and thank you for your interest. These are pages you would have set up at some point. Now, the other things of this section would be, if I click on your Facebook, does it bring me to your Facebook without taking over the tab I'm already in? That's good. We're looking for maybe spam prevention, like reCAPTCHA, which it doesn't look like you have. I could be wrong. This is only at a 0.5. I can't give it to you just because of the broken links. That's just some behind the scenes cleaning up, just a little bit. So yeah, overview. I gave you 6 points. Now, obviously, this is very subjective and it's my criteria, right? The main reasons why you were docked some points was search engine optimization was a big one. And that's something that's very behind the scenes that will bring in clients. It's not an aesthetics thing, right? You can't see it. I mean, you can see where you rank on Google, but you can't see it. And then other than that, I just docked a little bits of points here and there for little things, but that's me being picky. The main thing here for sure is the search engine optimization. That's why I reached out initially, because you were on page 3. People don't like clicking off the first page. It's just what people are like. So I hope this helps just get some insider insight. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.